I'll cut right to the point. Portal 2 is fantastic, and if you haven't bought it yet, there must be something seriously wrong with you. Well, either that or you blew all your gaming cash on Easter eggs and Will and Kate memorabilia. We spoke to Eric Wolpaw, the writer of Portal and Portal 2, to get some info on how the game plays.
Yeah, when we put out Portal 1, there was no direct plan to make a sequel or turn it into a franchise. Although, I mean, you always have it in your head when you're working on something. You think, well, maybe, if the reception's positive, that maybe we'll get a chance to do a sequel. And it actually became quickly apparent after we released it that people did, in fact, want more Portal.
The original Portal took place in a high-tech research and testing laboratory run by a company called Aperture Science. What's the setting for Portal 2?
So it's a long time in the future. The facility has been slowly, you basically shut the facility down in Portal 1, and it's been slowly running out of power, kind of like a laptop that's, in standby mode. And it's just about to blink out at the point where Portal 2 starts, and everything's overgrown and decrepit when you wake up in the beginning of Portal 2.
Portal was a very short game, but the story and the characters brought the game to life in a way that just doesn't happen in most normal length games. So how has this storyline been expanded for Portal 2?
Portal 1, especially in terms of a video game story, was a fairly intimate story. I mean, it was basically the relationship between you and this sort of half-insane AI. And going into Portal 2, we knew we wanted to keep that core relationship, that needed to be central. And we didn't want to expand it out and make this into, this galaxy-spanning cast of thousands sort of epic saga. Having said that, we knew we couldn't just do the exact same thing again. So we've introduced some new characters. Wheatley, who's a personality sphere, voiced by Stephen Merchant. Cave Johnson, who's the founder and CEO of Aperture, and he's voiced by J.K. Simmons.
With sequels, you really need to make sure things are bigger and betterer than before, but without losing the magic of the game you are trying to follow. How have Valve managed to improve the gameplay, but keep the experience as simple and flawless as the original?
If we wanted to keep to the gameplay, we wanted to keep the portal mechanic, the kind of simple, elegant, I can fire 2 portals and that's what I do. We wanted to keep that mechanic central and only complicate it externally. And so to do that, we've introduced a bunch of new puzzle elements. The gels, which are this paint-like substance, which you can use to paint surfaces in the world. And there's a propulsion gel, which makes you go faster, a repulsion gel, which lets you bounce around. And also, if you dump it on things, they'll bounce around. There's some catapults, lasers, tractor beams, light bridges.
Another new addition to Portal 2 is co-op mode. Tell us more, Eric! Tell us more!
So the co-op mode, again, is it's a completely separate set of puzzles and a separate story, and you play 2 robots called Atlas and Peabody, who are these 2 robots that have been designed specifically for testing. And each player in co-op has a portal gun, so you can end up making 4 portals instead of 2.
4 portals are better than 2, I guess, but how does doubling the amount of portals and players affect the overall gameplay?
Adding 2 extra portals doesn't sound like it would fundamentally change things that much, but it really does. I mean, it requires almost a reboot in your thinking about how to solve portal puzzles.
The thing about puzzles, you see, is that generally they're pretty hard, and I'm not very clever. Seriously, I just have to look at a crossword and I get a migraine. Will I be wasting my cash on the game I won't be able to complete?
I mean, that's the biggest misconception from, just watching the trailers or even, just basically seeing anything, is that there's no possible way I'm going to be able to do this. But, we had people responding even to the first Portal trailer for Portal 1 that way. And we're not, absolutely not going to release a game that's just, we get no pleasure from making a game that, or like, we beat everyone, they can't solve it, because it would actually be really easy to make a game that's just impossible to solve.
Seriously though, Eric, I'm not very bright. I only learnt to tie my shoes properly last year, and I still can't tell the time unless I use a digital watch.
I guarantee that you will be able to make it through it if you have any skill level at all.
That's okay then. And besides, I was lying anyway. I bought the game and have completed it already, and I honestly couldn't recommend it more. The mix of original gameplay, fantastically funny storyline, and an awesome co-op mode make Portal 2 one of my games of the year so far, and it further cements my belief that Valve are the bestest game developers in the whole world ever. In fact, I may even get their logo tattooed on my face to prove my dedication. Not for love, mind, for science.